She's a kid, bro. You're 22. You've been with me. We've been together for this entire time.
But we had points where we were on and off.
That was because of you. Because you wanted to dump me to go be with some other girl. Every time I didn't do nothing but love you and cherish every moment with you, even the ones we didn't even do nothing but sit and talk.
Welcome, my friends, to the RP Experience. Peace and love to my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turn on all notifications so you know when I have a whole new video. If this is your first time, watch 5 to 10 minutes of the video. Give me a like. Leaving if you're busy, but definitely come back. I prefer you watch the whole video, but I understand some people are busy. If you've been watching for a while, give me a subscribe, maybe a like. Also, comment below if you want. Anyway, today's video is going to be about how men be fucking up. Okay? Yeah, because it's definitely not just the women. One of the main reasons why most of my content has been on the women is because when Steve Harvey, Derek Jackson, those old talk show hosts, with the exception of maybe Jerry Springer, but pretty much he tried to mediate and be in the middle, I think. Most of the time, women are complaining and men are always wrong. It's not always the case because each situation is different. However, though, if you look at statistically, then I would think that it's split pretty much down the middle, and lots of times both parties are wrong. Anyway, today though is mostly centering on dudes, and because most people don't care about normal Joes most of the time, I'm going to do a story about sports athletes that we should know that have broke the bro code and definitely been out in these streets. And yes, men can be out in these streets in a different way. Of course, though, a lot of it is dealing with women, but it can also be like getting into stuff, getting it into situations, getting locked up, hanging with the wrong people, a bunch of stuff. But I do have one video to share right now that really motivated me to do this video right here, because this does happen.
Are you kidding me? She's a kid, bro. You're 22. You've been with me. We've been together for this entire time.
But we had points where we were on and off.
That was because of you. Because you wanted to dump me to go be with some other girl. Every time I didn't do nothing but love you and cherish every moment with you, even the ones we didn't even do nothing but sit and talk. The little things matter. They matter. Just to look at you matters, bro. Just to smell you when I get a chance, bro. Give you a hug. When I hug you, there's nothing else there. I feel like I'm floating. Okay? When you kiss me, I feel like there's nothing that could hurt me. When you stand next to me, when you see my kids, my kids mean the world to me. For you to hurt them now, what am I supposed to tell them?
Damn. Now, I'm always a firm believer that it's two sides to a story. But while she was talking, being emotional, putting her heart out there. He just stood there looking like blank, emotionless. He didn't really try to counter anything that she was saying. I could see if she was being violent, trying to hit him, cursing him out, calling him out of his name or something like that, and it became toxic. But going by that right there, dude totally in the wrong, and she got hurt by it. I will assume that she's a good woman that picked the wrong man. I can't really call him a Chad or Tyrone or a Pookie because he's not totally dressed with the pants falling down or thugged out look or something. I mean, I would think he's a regular dude walking down the street. So you can't always tell just by looking at them if they're going to do you wrong. And that goes for both men and women. Let's get to the main story right now.
Paul George sleeping with his mate's wife, to Shaquille O'Neal getting a divorce from his wife after hitting on his friend's wife. Here are all the NBA players that have broken the bro code in the worst way possible. I have to start with the time Paul George bagged his teammate's wife. Well, after the Indiana Pacers played poorly in the 2014 playoffs, rumors started to spread as to why there was such a disconnection among the players. But then, Lance Stephenson's remark about something caught everyone's attention. He said that Paul George and Roy Hibbert's wife had been talking on social media, as far as he could tell. Then this one gossip column shared an anonymous email about the situation that it had received. Following the rumors, when an interviewer asked Roy about the situation, he just left without saying anything. But since then, his performance on the court has gotten worse and worse. So naturally, people assumed that the rumors were true. And later on, Hibbert's wife came clean and finally told him that she and PG had been talking on Instagram for a while. And then PG and she officially got together. She said that she felt bad about it, so she told Hibbert. It's sad that that's how Hibbert first found out about the affair. It's a shame, because PG and Hibbert were actually very close. Or so we thought they were.
Wow, watch your friends, watch your friends. Well, the guys that you think that are your friends. I know Andrew Tate made a video that he said all of his friends would never betray him like that, and you're weak if you have friends like that. I will say, genius, Mr. Tate, sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you could have grew up with that guy, and then all of a sudden, just because you happen to eventually find some woman that he always had his eye on, but you didn't know, and he might have made a pass at your woman, and maybe she kept it hush and didn't say nothing. Because I'll say in my case, it came out years later when me and my ex-wife had split up that the best man at my wedding, a good friend of mine, had hit on my ex-wife. Now, of course, though, she told me this, and I don't know. I guess I don't know why she told me then, because I don't know how long ago that happened. But the thing was, it was like I could not talk to him again. I know he recently tried to refriend me on Facebook. Once you cross me like that, and at least you don't come to me as a man, tell me the whole story or something, because I don't know. She could have came on to him. Not saying that happened, but I'm saying sometimes it's more to the story. But since he didn't say anything and apologize or something, not that I would have forgave him for doing that, but I at least would have respect for him. Now I can't fuck with him at all. So anyway, let's keep moving.
Next case of backstabbing a teammate had the whole world as an audience. I'm talking about Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. You might as well be living under a rock if you're not familiar with these two names. Well, they led the iconic Chicago Bulls. So who could the woman be in this case? Well, it was Madonna when she was young. The pop singer used to sit in the middle of the court and watch Pippen, while his teammate Jordan watched her. Johnny Back, who was an assistant coach at the time, said that Madonna used to pick up Pippen in a limo with a hot tub every time he went to LA, and Michael Jordan would often try to hit on her. In fact, a recent story has also come out about how Jordan used to bet Madonna that he could make her happier than Pippen ever could. Wow, we knew MJ was competitive, but that's kinda crazy if you ask me.
Emotional damage.
Oh my God. I did not know this one. I really did not know. I didn't even know Scottie Pippen and Madonna went out. I knew Madonna went out with Dennis Rodman. Wow, that celebrity world is so small. People really do mess with each other. Makes me wonder if Jordan has ever had Madonna. And we all know Jordan was married at that time. So that's the one thing when Andrew Tate be saying that men with money and power have multiple women. That is proof right there, especially on the celebrity spectrum. Okay. I mean, I heard about him with Robin Givens. I heard about him with a couple of not see social media is not how it was at that time. So a lot of scandals did not blow up like it was, but I did not know those two, like he was trying to get another man's woman. And that's foul too. So that's why I say it's no bro code. And yo, he's supposed to be the GOAT, the greatest of all time. See, this is what I do with people that are like great athletes or actors, even content creators. I might like what they do, but in a way, I almost never want to meet them because I'm scared they will disappoint me. And I have heard people that have met Jordan did not like him. So I like him as a basketball player. I do think that he's the greatest of all time, but as a person, he probably is trash. Not just with this, but with other things right there. I mean, like, damn, don't you have enough women? Do you have to take everybody's girl? This is what I don't like about dudes. I mean, a lot of y'all are trifling and foul. So now I understand maybe it's more to it of why Pippen has an issue with him.
Now, this case of cheating might not be with the wife of a teammate, but I'd say it's close enough. I'm talking about a player in bed with the coach's wife. Yep, you heard that right. Andrew Bynum of the Cleveland Cavaliers was suspended a few years ago after it was reported that he had done something bad for the team. He was then put on paid leave after it was said that he slept with the wife of one of the coaches, Jamal Mosley. That season, he had started 19 games, and the leave turned into something bigger later on. In fact, Bynum's been out of the league for a few years, and it doesn't look like he'll be coming back anytime soon. No one knew for sure if it was just for his play or if it was about his affair with the coach's wife. But if this is true, it's a doozy.
Did not know this one. Not that I really cared about this one, but I did not know because he wasn't a real notable player. But this reminds me of that Idoka thing with the Boston Celtics, except for the coach slept with the president's wife. Wow.
And this next case is also pretty strange as well. Well, when they were both on the Los Angeles Lakers, Matt Barnes and Derek Fisher were pretty tight, and later on, Fisher retired to become the head coach of the New York Knicks, and Barnes moved to the forward position on the Memphis Grizzlies. They had their own lives going on and all, until one day, Barnes found out that his ex-wife, LA star Gloria Gavan, was now dating Fisher. Apparently, it was too much for him, since they had just split up, which meant that his mate had been in touch with his wife for a while. Well, what happened later was even more insane. It made Barnes so mad that he drove from Santa Barbara to Los Angeles to fight Fisher. And just so you know, that's almost 100 miles. He confronted Fisher in the backyard of Gavan's house, in front of his friends and family. One person told the New York Post that things were really bad. The bystander said to the interviewer that Matt drove down there to beat up Fisher. Well, I guess Fisher didn't do anything wrong, morally at least, but it's clear that this hurt Barnes a lot.
So I end up walking in there, and then the first people I see are Gloria and Derek. So I turn the corner, take off on him. Everybody starts screaming, and she had people over, a bunch of people over. So I hit him. He falls into the sliding glass door.
Okay, so you actually punch him in the face, and you connect. Okay.
And hit him and knock him into the sliding glass door. And then I'm jumped on by like 3 or 4 dudes. Everyone's screaming.
Okay, I heard about this one because I think this even leaked on the sports talk thing with Stephen A. Smith and was it Skip Bayless. I believe they somewhat talked about this or something. Yes, and he pretty much covered it, but this is, I believe, a 100%, 99% chance. If your woman or man, to be fair, moves on immediately to another relationship as soon as y'all break up. That was going on before y'all broke up. Okay. That was going on before. And some people would say like the relationship was kind of over and they were just together. Yeah, that's wordplay that a lot of women will use most of the time. But fuck that. And that's where women are wrong.
If you think that was completely nuts, wait till you hear this next one. Jim Jackson and Jason Kidd, two young NBA stars of the Dallas Mavericks, were involved in another tricky case of love. Apparently, they both were dating the singer Toni Braxton at the same time. And as soon as they found out about it, they started a fight. I'm gonna talk about the popular narrative here, which goes like this. Braxton apparently arrived at a hotel that the Mavericks were staying to pick up Kidd for a date, but in the end, she left with Jackson. Braxton never said that the rumors were true or false, but both players were sent away after the incident. Jackson has always denied the rumors, but talked to an interviewer about it. Jackson told him that he just laughs about the story and he thinks it's nuts to believe it, and that people still ask him about it. But what makes this situation more tricky is that Jason Kidd and Braxton never even answered those questions. And I would say it's evident enough that Jason Kidd and Jim Jackson don't interact with each other anymore. If there wasn't bad blood between them, then these two should be tight as they were before. This
Damn, Toni Braxton. I guess it's another sad love song. So she player. She was dating two guys at the same time. So look, women be doing that stuff too sometime. Well, I don't know about sometime, but especially now, I'm pretty sure it's like pretty much even right now. A lot of women is not talking to one man. Maybe they're just sleeping with one man, but they're talking to multiple men and maybe using them for different stuff. Not all women, but you don't know who's doing it.
next case will have you in awe, I assure you, because I'm talking about the infamous Shaquille O'Neal and Laura Govan situation. Well, in 2010, there were rumors that Shaquille O'Neal was having an affair with Laura Govan, and she was engaged to Wizard star Gilbert Arenas. Leaked emails between Shaquille and Govan gave a lot about what they might have planned to do in their time together. And of course, this caused Shaq's wife, Shawnee, to file for a divorce, saying that they couldn't work things out.
She was awesome. She really was. It was all me. I was just, look, we don't need to talk about what I was doing, but I wasn't protecting her and protecting those vows. So, you know, sometimes when you live that double life, you get caught up in. So I'm not going to say it was her, it was all me, because she did exactly what you're supposed to do. Gave me beautiful kids, take care of the house, take care of corporate stuff. It was just all me.
Gilbert Arenas at first denied that his girlfriend had hooked up with Shaq, but later on, he seemed to have changed his mind. Arenas sent Govan his medical records as a part of a lawsuit he filed against Govan for defamation. He said that Govan lied about him when he said he had gotten an STD. What's more, Arenas even said Govan got an STD from Shaq as a response. Govan didn't want to give the lawsuit her medical records. Talk about a home wrecking. Jeez.
Damn, Shaq. Well, look, I'll give him this. At least he took accountability of his actions. He said it was all on him and not her. And he's a Pisces, by the way. So see how they can be like all over the place or something like that. But I will give him that he did accept responsibility for his actions. And that's what I mean about the high stats, man. They are out here just swimming in women. Thing is, though, I just can't understand why you have to always try to take somebody else's girl.
Speaking of which, this next one got a lot of media attention too. Remember when Karl Malone got in trouble with Lakers star Kobe Bryant? This was after he was said to have tried to hit on Bryant's wife Vanessa. And of course, this led to some drama in the locker room. Apparently, Vanessa asked Malone, who was wearing a cowboy hat and boots, "Hey cowboy, what are you hunting?" Which, according to her, was her trying to make small talk. But not to Malone though. He told her that he was hunting for little Mexican girls, implying that his teammate's wife was what he was after. As far as how it went with Bryant, well, that friendship ended quickly. And in an interview last year, Malone said that if his mate Kobe is still mad at him for hitting on his wife, he'd beat him up.
If Kobe don't like me today, That's Kobe Bryant's fault. It ain't mine or his problem.
Yeah.
I don't have a beef with nobody because I come in peace, but I do prepare for war if I have to.
As for Kobe, well, he was very mad at his teammate at the time, and he said that Malone did what he did, and he doesn't think it was an honest mistake, as he puts it, and that his wife feels awkward around Malone, and is said to have called Malone's wife to tell her about what had happened. Well, there you have it. Those were some NBA players that cheated with their teammates' wives.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Damn, Karl Malone. And he was married. The same thing with Shaq being married. He was married going after Kobe's wife. I don't know if he knew dirt on him that probably Kobe was cheating on her or something. Because sometimes when guys have dirt on the guy or something, sometimes they'll feel like, oh, okay, it's okay. I can go try to get with his girl because I see what he's doing out there. I'm just throwing that out there. Anyway, I agree with Kobe completely with this. Cut that motherfucker off. And that's the funny thing. Karl Malone, which this is a lot of people, both men and women. I see a lot more women with this thing, but it's a delusional warped sense of reality. Karl Malone don't think that he did anything wrong. And he looks at himself as the innocent bystander here, just looking to beat somebody up. Because obviously, Karl Malone is a big guy. He would beat Kobe Bryant up if Kobe Bryant was still alive. But that's neither here nor there. You guys that have money and power and stuff like that, or even you guys that's like Chaz or Tyrone, you guys are like greedy. You have plenty of women to choose from, and yet you want to wreck somebody else's household or something. Now, I got to blame this on the women too, not in Kobe Bryant's wife case. She was probably the only good one out of there besides probably Shaq's wife, but all of the other women, they jumped at a chance to be with another man that probably was more their preference, or either they want to like upgrade or monkey branch to somebody else. So I don't know. Both sexes are like foul in these kind of situations. So when women are complaining, all men, well, I can say the same thing with all women, because I can find lots of examples of women being trifling and foul. So anyway, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This one was a little longer, but I had to go through each thing, and I haven't did one on the guys really, even though my last one I tried to talk about black men accountability with that N word that some of us use. But anyway, that's it. You guys have a good night. Hit the like button going out and give me a subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.